It has grown, and a lot of money has actually poured into the crypto markets. The last couple, I think, beginning of last week or end of last week, we saw over 300 billion, almost 400 billion dollars come into the crypto market. We're sitting at a 2.1 trillion dollar market right now, which is really good. We've seen a lot of things happen, with Bitcoin going up past 47, Ethereum over almost 35,000, or sorry, 3,500, over 3,500. A lot of these coins we've seen have grown 15, 20% gains. So, I told you guys last week, following the pattern that it was doing back in, I think it was between May and June. Yeah, it was beginning of May to about middle of July. That 2 month period, it was just a bunch of consolidation. As we saw over here, it did the exact same thing. We had a bunch of consolidation for about a 2 month period, and then I told you I was looking for the market to move past that $45,000 level, and it did that. And it didn't just briefly go past 45,000. It was a solid close, a solid weekly close above 46,000, right? So I can expect, some type of movements to move back upwards. This was really the first confirmation I'm looking for. Second mark that we're looking for is a break above 50,000, right? And that just an extra confirmation to continue to see the market move forward, move upwards. Now it's up to you if you want to start accumulating assets. Like I said, when Bitcoin starts taking off, everything has about a week to 2 week period where it'll just sit and then it'll take off. So especially with gaming cryptos and metaverse cryptos specifically, what I like to focus on, I like to see the market have like a lag behind about a week or two, and that's when I'll start. After I see Bitcoin take off, I'll start putting my assets up. I'll start putting money into, gaming cryptos and your altcoins and stuff like that, because as we know, these things take off. We saw Blocktopia. We called Blocktopia out before. That thing went from 0.05 of half of a penny all the way up to almost 15 cents, 16 cents in a matter of 2 weeks span. We're going to see stuff like that. So, when you see stuff like that, don't be scared to take your profits. You see an 80% gain in a day, don't be afraid to take your profits if you see it. Okay. Don't get greedy, but understand, this period could last a couple weeks, could last a couple months, a couple years, but just understand it is a cycle. Everything is a cycle. So when you see your profits, take your profits. When you see a lot of hype coming into the market, usually these big players, usually these big institutions, what they're going to do is they're going to start taking their profits because everyone's trying to hop in, right? Observe the masses, do the opposite
That's
on
correct.
all ends, right? But with that being said, that's really all I have on the crypto market. Just stay tuned. They're going to see you might see some more consolidation. But honestly, I think that we're going to start moving back upwards. Also, pay attention to the war with Ukraine and Russia. There's a lot of things with that could offset cryptocurrency and make it fall, continue to fall. But as we've seen so far, even if they're during the war, we just saw Bitcoin basically make an upwards parabolic move during this war. So I don't know if this really dictates that, but just be on your toes with the war. We don't know what's going to happen with that. That also could offset the crypto market. With NFTs, though, or at least for Cardano, it's been doing its thing. Cardano has been doing its thing. The volume that has been in the market past 7 days has been staying up, and then it just recently dropped down. So if you guys see some projects that you guys are looking into, most likely you're going to see a lot of the floors probably down a little bit, and that's just because ADA Cardano is going up. So in return, the price could drop a little bit, but it will eventually catch up, if it is a good project. Last 30 days, excuse me, last 30 days, the market has been, kind of just sitting solid, sitting basically sideways, right? And then we just saw this big drop on the NFTs on Cardano specifically. And, you're going to see a lot of projects kind of make that retracement, because some of these projects, I know Yeti just recently been killing it. The ADA, I think it was the ADA Apes Society. They just went and literally a 2 week period from I think it was like 600 ADA all the way up to like 1300 ADA. So they doubled in a 2 week span. You're going to see stuff like that with a lot of these projects, but it's just, just everything that we've taught you guys with the research behind these NFTs and getting into their communities and finding out, their goals and their drives and what they plan on doing with their project. That will really thrive what goes next with these projects.
Seen this one. So MicroStrategy, you guys here, they're buying like nonstop. MicroStrategy nonstop is buying Bitcoin. So what they did, we were talking about is basically, we told you guys you have the capability of anybody that owns basically Bitcoin, Ethereum, a bunch of other assets, but Bitcoin and Ethereum, for the most part, you can get the highest like loan ratio. So that's what MicroStrategy basically did. They took some of their Bitcoin and borrowed another $205 million, and then they're going to go buy more Bitcoin with that. So they took a loan out on their Bitcoin to buy more Bitcoin. That's how strong they feel about the way the market's going. Just this technology in general. Like we said, we've been hot on this. I know right now the market is like back and forth. Nobody expected this war to go on. I do think that has a big play in what's going on. The market's looking good right now. It's hard to tell what's going to happen, but green is always good to see. Bitcoin's sitting at 47,000, 48,000. Anything above 45 for a little while, that'll be nice to see also, because that was like one of the points we were trying to get past for a while, and it seemed difficult, and now we're holding it. It's almost been a full week we've been above it. Another one, I don't know if anybody saw, there was a huge hack this week, or actually yesterday. So you see, hackers stole more than $600 million from the makers of Axie Infinity. So there was a breach, and they got in, and they ended up taking a ton. It was like 173,600 Ether. And then also another 25 million in USDC. So what they're doing, Axie, it's not necessarily Axie, but the company that owns Axie, they pretty much reassured everybody's going to get their funds back. Obviously, this is going to be some legal matter, stuff like that. But look, this stuff can happen. So just know that. But that's one good thing with being with big projects. Said that they got hit for over $500 million, and they're going to make sure that all their customers are fine. We got to stop this hacking stuff. Hopefully, they return it. A lot of times, they have been returning these crazy big hacks. Sometimes it's a supporter that's basically just showing them a way that they have where people can breach your security, and they'll give some of it back, and they'll keep a little bit of a reward. I don't know if that'll be the case or not, but this is just showing you that obviously there's going to get bigger and bigger hacks. The more this goes on, it's going to get bigger and bigger. But like we said, that's why we try to point you in like direction of the right projects. At least the stuff, like we said, that I'm putting mine into, that Jonas putting his into. We're just sharing that with you. So that's it from my news. Yeah, that's going to be it pretty much from my news. I'll have one other thing I'll come back with at the end. I'm going to go over real quick a couple little drops. So 3 of these are okay. One I like. Let me start off this way. So let's start this drop right here. This is one I found. I'm trying to figure this one out still. It's called like Elephant. So this is on Polygon network. So you'd have to link up your MetaMask for this one. The reason I looked at this is only supposedly having 3,300. I've had trouble minting this today, so I don't know what's going on with this. It is a smaller one. You can see it's been around since October. They only have 32 tweets, which is not the best of signs. The only reason that I'm bringing this up, that I went after this one, is because of this. It's formatting. So that's going to be your cost for this. I think you can mint up to 3 of them at a time. So I'll put this one out. Like I said, this has over 5,000 or 4,500. If you check out their Discord even, they're sitting at pretty good numbers. 5,000 members there, 2,500 online. When you go to their actual mint page, that's the weird part. So the mint is live for this. come up on their mint page. Once you connect the wallet, it's only showing 289, and every time you hit buy, like it's taking forever to process. I have like 2 different orders processing. Neither one's working right now, so I'm not going to keep clicking it. Worst case, I'm guessing I'm going to have to cancel it, or I'll just lose my Formatic. But I just want to show you guys this one. This one's a very cheap mint. This is on, you will have to be on your MetaMask, and you will have to be on your Polygon network. So that's one I wanted to show you, just because we don't do a whole lot with Polygon. But the numbers, other than the fact that it's not minting right now, the numbers did seem okay. The fact that they had, like I said, 5,000, over half of them are active on their Discord. The amount of tweets isn't that big of a deal, because of the Discord. And like I said, it's a cheap one. So, and it's on Matic's like a newer network. Not newer network, but newer NFTs. There's not a ton of stuff on there yet. So at this being only a couple of dollars, it's not worth it. Gas fees are very cheap. So to me, like I said, it's worth taking a little gamble on. So like I said, I might get them, I might not. I'm not sure on this one. I'll put this one up in the Discord. I'll put it under like other chains. I don't think we have a Polygon chain on there. The other one, this one's another, like, this is one, I don't know how this one's going to be. This is Solana, which I don't like Solana usually. But this mint, I figured it was worth going after. If you do this one, please use a burner wallet. So Cool Cats they're big on Ethereum. Obviously, this is a copycat, but it was a free mint, so I just looked at it. I wanted to see if it actually worked. It did. It actually, the mint started. Go right on their website, look it up. You're gonna need in your wallet, like, I think a 0.1 of a Solana, which is like $10. I think after gas and all, it ends up being like, they take like 0.4, or I mean 0.04. So it is like $3-4, something like that. I don't even know if there's a secondary for this thing yet. I didn't even check it. I just looked. I just wanted to see if it worked. It did. It showed up already in my wallet. They have 6,500 followers here. Like I said, it's only 3,300 of them. So if you want, you can link up. You're going to need your Phantom wallet for that one. Like I said, make sure you use a burner wallet anytime you're minting stuff, just on Solana in general, but especially free mint, stuff like that. If you don't know how to do that, we have a video on setting up burner wallets for Phantom. So you can go back and check that out. So those two, like I said, they're like iffy. Just because I'm not expecting huge returns. They could be total losses, but the ones $4 or $5 to mint, this one, like I said, is about the same price. So there's two just real cheap mints, two different chains that we don't always use. And then these we use a little bit more. So this one's going to be on Cardano. So this is going to be Pendulum. This one happens tomorrow. They're going to have two different drops. The first was going to be, they're going to have Chaos and Order. I believe tomorrow is Order. So this is like kind of what the NFTs are going to look like. So what time is this one? This one's a little bit more pricey. So this one, they're going to have 5,000 on the first drop. So the numbers are close. As you can see, they have a little over 5,000 followers. The Discord, they even have, I think, a little bit less than that. I think they're only at like, 3,700, but they got 1,000 of them online. So this is one you could also watch as it goes. This is going to happen tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but this one's 100 ADA. All right. So this is one I'm like 50-50 on, just because of the price of it. If it was like 30 ADA, something like that, I would probably just jump on it. 100 ADA, I'll probably watch this mint and just see how it takes off. But it does have, like I said, it does have a decent amount of followers. It's not crazy expensive. But I want to show you this. Like I said, that is tomorrow. It is going to be at 6 p.m. The next one is also going to be tomorrow. This one is called Ada Digis. So they've been around for a little bit, as you can see. They've been around since September. Tons of tweets, over 4,500 tweets, 5,600 followers, decent amount on their Discord. The art looks pretty cool. It says 4 of them are going to be have like used in augmented reality. And this one's only going to be 35 ADA. So I definitely feel a little bit more comfortable with this. There's only going to be 4,000 of these released. As you can see right here, there's 4,000 of them, 7 base models, 35. You're just going to be a 5% royalties. So this is one I'll probably will go after tomorrow, just because, like I said, it is out of these 2, I'll go after this one pretty much for sure. The other one I will just like slow play, see how it comes out and how fast I'm into. But I wanted to show you both of these. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is actually really good news. So anybody that's been following us, just went over last week. Actually, it ended yesterday. Either yesterday or the day before. Anybody that did the Firefly IOTA drop with us should have a ton of tokens. So we got Shimmer tokens and we got assembly tokens by staking IOTA. So the way that worked was the 90-day drop, and we got paid out every 10 seconds. So right now there is not any there's no way to like necessarily, you can't trade, you can't buy, you can't sell. This is pretty cool. They got some updates came out today. So this is what I've been like checking into. This is some real big news. This is really cool for all of us, especially if you got in. If you didn't get in, get a hold of me and Jonah. We will get you in. Check this thing out. So we hit 90 days. Everything so far worked out pretty good with the release. Now all 3 are going to work together, which this was one chain would work off. We got 2 more now. So here's what's really cool. You can see right here. So the end of the day of our 90-day staking period, right? Staking for the IOTA for assembly will continue shortly after the end of the first staking period. So what's going to happen is right now they're going to be having an upgrade. So right here, as you can see, the Hornet nodes and the Firefly wallet softwares are going to see updates. As soon as this is done, just like staking will resume and staking rewards will be distributed continuously, just like in 90 days. This is going to run for 24 months. Okay, so we've only got in the first 30. So if you missed out, we only on the first 90. So we only got 3 months out of this 24. It means you're going to end up getting a 7 times return on what we already have. Now that's not counting if these networks go live. We're not stake the individual tokens. So you're going to get these 2 rewards continuously for almost the next 2 years once this upgrade happens. All right. So we got another 21 more months of free tokens coming every 10 seconds. And then, like I said, once the staking becomes live for Assembly and Shimmer, then we can stake those on top of that. So you'll be getting, I mean, this is how you do good. This is how you set yourself up that long term. Like I said, we have no clue what these are going to be worth. They're going to be worth fractions of a penny. I can tell you that now, especially the ones that we're going to have, that you have hundreds of millions of. But the numbers that they're saying now, like I started with 800 IOTA. I'm going to end up having, by the time this is done, in these other tokens, over 3 billion tokens. If it's the same numbers, if it's the same payout. I'm not certain if that is, but from what I'm reading, this wasn't that long. I read most of this, and it seems like it's going to be the same payout. So what we have to look for, and I'll keep you up to date, is I don't know if we're going to have to sign another smart contract to restart it, or as long as you just leave your wallet the way it is, it'll just resume as soon as everything's updated. But like I said, that ended up taking anybody that participated. You can get in at any time during that 90 days. You could have got in with 3 days left at any point. Right as soon as you hit that stake button and you sign that contract, every 10 seconds, you accumulate tokens. And you accumulate 2 by staking 1. And like I said, so this I just found out is going to start back up. So they were basically just teasing us, giving us only 90 days. And we're still going to get another, like I said, it's going to be like another 21 months of this. So that's going to be tons of tokens. I mean, if hundreds of millions, you could end up with billions of tokens. There isn't too many coins out there that you can hold a billion of, it not be worth a nice chunk of money. I mean, pick any decent token and act like you have a billion of them and see what it'd be worth. And like I said, you'd be sitting good on almost any token. So if you did not get down on the first one, make sure you guys get a hold of us. We can set you up with this. This is some of the stuff we set up with the mentorship. Like I said, there's other ways to stake all different stuff. This is just one we did to show you guys. This is, like I said, this could be a huge one. In a matter of 2 years, it's going to happen up. The overall staking period goes for 24 months. So we got a long way to go. Plenty of free tokens to get. Like I said, as soon as it goes live, I'll show you exactly how to get that so everybody can get that rolling so we don't miss any time. I mean, me and Jonah got on that thing like the second it started. And I'm going to get right back on it. And then this is, like I said, these are the kind of stuff you just leave in there. And then offer the staking of your free tokens. Those are the ones you'll be able to take. And then you could like flip, take your profits, that kind of stuff. So this is a cool one because it's not necessarily nothing's locked into place. But what's nice is you can always add to it and get more and more and more as you get it. So that's pretty much all I have was this drops. I wanted to make sure you guys knew about this IOTA. Like I said, if you haven't done this, if you guys have any questions, go in, make sure your wallets are up to date. There are always updates on that wallet. So just update your wallet. If you have and want to maybe grab a couple more IOTA, you can do that. If you haven't, that is going to be the token you will need is going to be IOTA. It's spelled with an M first. It's MIOTA. Right now, where is it? You should be able to right around $1, even cheaper, 85 cents. We were buying it at $1.15. I got it when I bought some extras. So this is a discount compared to where I bought in. Like I said, I ended up buying 800 of them to start buying, and it ended up with I had 100 million, and that was in 90 days. So multiply that by, we're going to get 7 times that length. So whatever your tokens are, if you jumped in and you did all 90 days, you can multiply that by 7, and that's about where you do when the send in the end of the 24-month period. But that is it. Let me send this back over to Jonah, and then he can give us. He's got another good drop for you guys. And we can wrap this thing up. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, Pat. I also had a question regarding to the staking. Is it going to be something that's locked, or is that something that's going to be you're going to be able to unstake that whenever?
I think unstake it whenever.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool then.
Yep.
That's a long time, 24 months, but that's something, guys, that we talk about it a lot. Being passive income is one of the keys to this game, is having that residual and having that passive income coming in, so that eventually pays your bills or whatever it might be. It just takes over. But let me go ahead and share my screen, show you guys the project. You guys hear me good? Pat, can you hear me good?
Yeah, you're good right now.
All right, cool. So this next project that I saw that's actually minting on the 31st, so in about 2 days, on Thursday, it's called Split World, right? Split World kind of looks like these guys right here. They look real dope. Honestly, remind me kind of like Halo. Really, really cool avatars. That really piqued my interest right off bat was the art they have. It's not just it's not just an animal. It's not one of those animal projects that we have to look for, the apes and all that stuff. So it's a little bit different. It's going to be minting on the 31st at 5 p.m. UTC. So that's actually going to be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard, if I'm not mistaken. They're going to be minting at 88 ADA. And I'll drop all these details in our chat as well in the Cardano drops. And it's all 100% public sale. So there's no whitelist. There's no pre-sale. There's nothing like that. Everything is public. and there's about 7,777 of them. So about 8,000 of them. They're going to be minting. Um, they're called split troopers. They're also going to be having real world utility. So of course they're going to have merchandise. They're going to have um, shirts and stuff like that. They're also going to have IRL benefits at the CNFT con. So they plan on being at the convention this year. So maybe this will be something, if you have their NFT, maybe you get a free ticket. I have no idea. They haven't really said too much about that one. And then they're going to have brick and mortar advertising, branding, and partnerships. So this one's going to be really cool. I think as a community for Crypto Cliff Notes, I think this is something that we will take advantage of, especially being something where we want to advertise and brand and partner with other people to outsource our community, and then in the future they just look to expand um, out broadly. And I mean, if you look at their characters as well, they seem like they would be characters that would be in the metaverse. So I feel like something in the future this will have to do with the metaverse. I'm not exactly sure what their plans are, um, but I will drop all their details. I'll drop their Discord, their Twitter. Twitter has over 5,600 people following them. They have a really dope intro to their project. I mean, with the spaceships and everything like that. Great art. Whoever did that really did a good job. So I think this is a project that I'll be going for. It's 88 ADA. I don't think there is, if we go to the FAQs, I don't think there is a limit. It doesn't say limit. Um, Something also, if you guys are kind of skeptical and you guys want to do something you guys can do is if you go to their policy ID, and anytime whenever they start minting, you copy that policy ID, and you go to the Cardano scan, right? You go to the Cardano scan. What you can do is you can paste that Cardano policy ID and hit search, and then it'll tell you how many assets. Obviously, they haven't minted, so they just did a test mint to see if that was gonna work. But you'll see this number go up, right? And now that the Cardano network has essentially finally kind of been catching up to date and been doing better itself, I think it's a good idea. Um, I think it's a good idea that you do that if you are looking into mints like this and they're a little bit more pricier and you might not think they're going to sell out. The best thing to do is to copy their policy ID, check and see if they're minting pretty fast, and usually you'll see if they're minting pretty fast, maybe you'll be able to get a transaction. And there's 7,777 of them. There's about 6,000, over 6,000 people in their Discord. I think it'll go quick, but I don't think it's going to be one of those projects that are going to sell out right away. Compared to projects that have like 3,000 NFTs or 4,000 NFTs, something like that. Just keep in mind, check the policy ID if you are doing that.